Today, our journey to the world's most visited country, a nation that manufactures 22% of the world's aircraft. Yes, we are traveling to France. This is the country that created the most technologically advanced fighter jet in the world, the French Rafale. How did Pakistan, against all odds, humble this machine and prove that the impossible could be achieved? Why is France the #1 tourist destination on Earth? Was it always this way? We'll explore all this and more. So, let's embark on an incredible journey to France. The official name of this country is the French Republic, but most people simply call it France. With a population of about 68 million, it ranks as the 20th most populous country in the world. Its total area is 551,000 square kilometers, making it the 45th largest country and the largest in the European Union. A majority of the population, about 82%, lives in urban areas, while only 18% reside in rural villages. France shares borders with Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Spain, Italy, Germany, and England, as well as the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. It is considered one of the most beautiful countries in the world, which is why it holds the #1 spot on the list of most visited tourist destinations. According to a 2024 report, over 90 million people visited the country. This alone gives you a sense of France's immense appeal. France is a developed nation with a strong economy. Its GDP is over $3 trillion, making it the 7th strongest economy in the world. The average annual income of its citizens is about $48,000. There is a large Indian community here, numbering around 120,000, while the Pakistani population is much smaller, around 3,000. Most Pakistanis live in Paris, Lyon, and Marseille. While tourism is a huge part of the French economy, the country's aviation industry is also a point of national pride. France sells aircraft, including fighter jets and passenger planes, to countries around the world. You may have recently heard the news that Pakistan shot down Indian Rafale jets. This may sound like a minor incident, but it is anything but. The Rafale fighter jet is made by the French company Dassault Aviation, the only company in the world that manufactures an entire aircraft within its own country. These jets are considered the most advanced in the world, often referred to as 4.5 generation aircraft. France sells these jets to nations like Egypt, the UAE, Greece, Indonesia, and India. The largest order, for 80 jets, was placed by the UAE. These are the most expensive jets in the world, costing over $100 million per unit. Dassault Aviation was incredibly confident that their jet was unbeatable. This was largely because, up until that point, no other country had ever been able to take one down. The jet is equipped with stealth technology, which makes it invisible to a radar. The Rafale absorbs incoming radar waves from other aircraft, so they don't reflect back. This leaves an enemy pilot with no way of knowing the Rafale's location. This was the source of France's pride. However, on the night of May 7, Pakistan did something that has left the world in shock, turning the impossible into the possible. Pakistan used its J-10C jets to take down the Rafale. These were China-made jets being used in a war for the very first time, and they don't even have advanced stealth technology like the Rafale. This is what amazed the world. How could a J-10C, which is technologically inferior, bring down a Rafale, one of the most technologically advanced jets ever made? In this mission, Pakistan used the PL-15 missile, which can target an enemy up to 200 kilometers away. The J-10C is a single-engine jet, while the Rafale is a double-engine. After an intense dogfight, the Rafale was destroyed. French intelligence has confirmed this event. This is a point of pride for the Pakistani nation. You can gauge the importance of this event by the fact that the Reuters news agency reported that many countries, including the US, China, and in Europe, are eager to learn from Pakistan how their pilots accomplished this feat. As a result, the shares of Dassault Aviation are plummeting, while the shares of China's J-10C aviation company have risen by over 30%. This shows the world has now accepted that a pilot's skill is more important than technology. The currency used in this country is the euro, and the language spoken is French. It might surprise you to know that French is spoken in over 29 countries, which is why it's said that besides English, you should learn French and Spanish, as they are spoken in over 100 countries. A big reason for the large number of tourists in France is its pleasant weather, as it is neither too hot nor too cold. The capital of France is Paris, which is considered the most beautiful capital in the world, followed by Islamabad. The population of Paris itself is 2.1 million, but including its suburbs, the population reaches nearly 12.4 million. Paris is one of the most densely populated cities in the world, with over 20,000 people per square kilometer. About 40% of French people are non-religious, 47% are Christian, 6% are Muslim, and the rest belong to other faiths. France is a secular country, which means no single religion is given prominence. This has led to a degree of Islamophobia. In 2004, Muslim girls were banned from wearing the hijab in schools. In 2010, the burqa was banned, with a fine of €150. And in 2024, the abaya was also banned. Paris is also known as the City of Romance and the City of Lights because of its vibrant nightlife. Tourists flock to this city, and the most famous landmark is the Eiffel Tower, a true symbol of France. It was named after its engineer, Gustave Eiffel, and was constructed between 1887 and 1889. The tower is 300 meters tall, and you can take a lift to the top to see the entire city of Paris. The nightlife in Paris is very famous, with people filling the streets all night long. Nightclubs are open until dawn. If you visit Paris, you must go to the Louvre Museum. It is so vast that if you spent just 30 seconds looking at each artwork, it would take you 100 days to see them all. If you love beaches, then you should visit the city of Cannes, which has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Once a small village, it is now a fully developed and popular tourist destination. Art is everywhere in France. The Palace of Versailles is a prime example of its architectural beauty. The palace's intricate design and architecture are breathtaking. The entire country is filled with majestic palaces, and the architecture is often very similar to that of Spain. Did you know that out of the 90 million tourists who visit France, 40 million come to see Paris alone? In addition to Paris, the city of Marseille is also very popular. It's a port city with beautiful markets and historical streets. When you think of France, you immediately think of perfume, and it might seem like perfume was invented here. But that's not true. In the 15th century, before Muslims, no nation cared much about cleanliness. They didn't even know how to bathe properly. France and all of Europe were at the forefront of filth and foul smells, while Muslims were clean. French jasmine flowers were bought by Muslims in Spain, who used them to create fragrances. The French people went to Córdoba and learned from the Muslims how to create perfumes, which they began to use to hide their own body odor. Today, France is a world leader in expensive perfumes, which is why Paris is also known as the City of Fragrance. Many French brands are named after their cities, like Gucci, which is named after a historical village. This raises the question, was France always so developed? The answer is no. The French Revolution changed its destiny. In the 18th century, a revolution overthrew the rule of King Louis XVI. At that time, only a few people were rich and enjoyed a life of luxury, while the poor were starving. The elite oppressed the common people. The masses gathered in front of the palace, demanding bread. The queen came out and famously said, "If they don't have bread, let them eat cake." This led to an uprising in 1779. A group of revolutionaries set fire to the king's palace, beheaded the rich, and executed the king in front of thousands of people. The queen was imprisoned in a 6-by-6-foot room. This revolution lasted until 1792, after which France's fortune changed. Everyone was given equal rights, and the country's literacy rate is now 99%. With education as its foundation, the country has made incredible progress and developed a modern infrastructure. France is also an excellent place to study, with some of the best universities in the world. There are over 70 public universities where tuition fees range from €250 to €2,000 per year. You can apply directly to universities or through websites like Campus France. Some of the most famous universities are the University of Paris and the PSL Research University. beneath the beautiful city of Paris lies a terrifying cemetery known as the Catacombs, which holds the bones of 6 million people. The catacombs were created in the 18th century when the city's cemeteries, dating back to the Roman Empire, became overcrowded. The bones were moved to a series of underground tunnels, arranged in a chilling design, and turned into a tourist attraction. Finally, to connect France and England, a 50-kilometer-long tunnel was built under the sea, called the Channel Tunnel. You can travel through it by car or train. France is also a Schengen country, so you will need a Schengen visa to visit that. We hope you enjoyed this informative and fascinating video. How did you like it? Please let us know in the comments. And for new viewers, please subscribe and like our channel.